There's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What's going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to you guys with another recap of a Deja Vu. I got the whole background wrong, you guys. Sorry guys for the late recap. A lot of you entertainers are so funny. Y'all was like, oh, you just give it, you paying Deja Vu dust? What's going on? You paying Deja Vu dust? I'm not paying Deja Vu dust. I literally, this week has been like so hectic that like I couldn't even get to it. But yeah, we getting in now. All right, so before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, and let me know what you guys think about this video. Okay, so it starts off with where we left off with them fighting. And we see Prince just coughing. I'm talking about like, he's like, you would have thought he was just in one of those protests with the BLM girl. He was like, he's coughing. So they're like, oh, what happened? What happened? They're like, oh no, he got maced. So apparently he got maced by one of Sidney's people or somebody that was around the venue or whatever, right? So he ends up getting maced. And then Michelle, we see in the confessional, she was like, oh, I thought we were supposed to have a party like that. Ooh, say what, say what, say what. That's my song, by the way. If y'all know it, though, look up the remix, though, with Lisa, when she like, like, come on, like, that brought me back. So thank you, Michelle, for that throwback. But instead, of course, there was tussling. So I wonder what happened to that boy that Cologne was on, because he was gone by this episode. So I don't know if he ran for the hills or what, because he was gone. We didn't see not a lick of him this episode. All we just seen was the aftermath. So Sidney's assistant and friend is just yelling at Sidney. They're like, why did you even come outside the car? What's wrong with you? Get back in the car. Sidney's like, they jumped me. They stole my dignity. They jumped me. So they're like, get in the car. So she's getting in the car and stuff like that. Sidney's a key. Sidney is really a key and a gem. So she gets in the car and then they get back to the house. So before they get into the house and stuff, we just see some of the aftermath of the fight because Kenzie got sliced. So they're claiming that Sidney sliced her. Like I said before my last recap, I don't think Sidney sliced her. Sidney be wearing them sharp things around her waist. I don't know what she be wearing sometimes, because y'all know Sidney could barely dress, girl. She be wearing some like sharp little bedangles and bejewels. And I think them little bejewels was them little things that cut Kenzie. So when she had her on the floor, I think one of her little her belt jewels said and sliced her. I just don't see Sidney being that type of girl. Sidney's not a fighter, so I don't see her hiding a blade in her mouth. Sidney will be the type, she hit a blade in her mouth, she'll accidentally swallow it, and then she would have been the one coughing like Prince. So I don't think she sliced Kenzie. All right, that's just my opinion. So then Kenzie, I know she brags, she like, yeah, me and Cologne, you know, we the it girls, you feel me? We the it girls of the house, and we big dog, it's big Kenzie, you know, OG the prettiest. Y'all know she loves saying that, OG the prettiest. She loves saying that. And we see Kenzie put her hands on Prince. I would have had the same reaction as Prince had. I'll blood. That's nasty. Like, ew. So Prince was like, eh. We really seen the girl come out of Prince because he was like, oh my God, you touched my things. You touched my things. Which I would have reacted the same way, no cap. And then we just see Sidney outside. So we're back at the house now. Sidney's outside going off. And she's like, it's okay. Let them outside then. I got 3 people with me. It's 3 of them. Bring them outside. It's fair. It's fair game. Let it be a fair fight. 3 versus 3. That's what we gonna do. Okay? Bring them outside then. Bring them outside. So the producer's like, no, like, we can't let you in because like you sliced her. Like, you sliced her. Which I'm like, producers, y'all could have easily just in some way try to get the footage really quick to see what happens instead of making it seem as if Sidney's just this ruthless girl. It just, to me, like, is a little bit over the top to me. So then Holly, you guys, is in the house and she wants to fight Sidney. Holly, to me, gets on my nerves because I be keeping up with the Deja Vu tea. If y'all don't think I don't, I do. And if y'all watch Gigi Ma, shout out to Gigi Ma. Hey, Gigi. If y'all watch her recent video, because Mira was talking about this, in the DM, I think, for a little bit. But Holly doesn't have that same energy with Diamond, because Diamond, they did a live, and Diamond, I'm talking about like got in her butt, like basically made it seem as if she was just a bum off the street. Like she doesn't know what she's talking about, and like the girl doesn't know what she's talking about when it comes to stripping. Like she shouldn't be teaching anybody anything, making it seem as if Diamond's just an idiot, like Holly's just an idiot. So I was like, but she didn't have not the same energy she had for Sidney or Abby in this episode. So that's where Holly kind of loses me. So she's outside. She wants to fight Sidney. Plus, I don't get why she has that beef with Sidney. Come on. The first couple of episodes, y'all was just trying to make good TV. Let's keep it a buck. Nobody really had no substantial beef except for maybe Sidney and Kenzie. But that's about it. Like, nobody else really had beef like that because y'all didn't even know each other like that. Y'all was just trying to make good TV. Like, come on now. That's what Sidney was trying to do when she was talking all that crap to Holly. So I don't know why she took it so to the heart, as if, like, come on. But she wanted to fight Sidney, and she wants Sidney to come inside. And Abby and her friend, they get into an argument. So they show Abby and her friend get Abby's like, you're supposed to have my back, okay? Because when Andy was sitting with you, you're supposed to act like you ain't even know that dude. So what are you doing with Andy? What are you doing? What are you even doing? And the friend was like, Abby, don't even come at me like that, okay? Because you brought me here. We were supposed to be friends, okay? And I wasn't even trying to flirt with him. And I got a dude. You know I got a dude. And she's like, but I don't care. I don't care. You flirted with the trick I had. You flirted with my trick. Yeah, you did. You flirted with my trick. And I'm like, maybe it was the trick the CEO of Not As TV allegedly, the T-Lo dude? Insert Cardi B meme. Maybe. Okay, so allegedly. So they show the footage, and like I said before, I don't think Sidney had a blade at all. And then Sidney was like, if I sliced her, I wouldn't even come back. I wouldn't even come back to the house. I would have sat home, you feel me? And I would have been like, good, she got sliced, diced. That's what I would have did. And I'm like, oh, I love you so steady. So she was like, I want revenge. They won't even let us back in the house to get revenge. They won't even let us try to get in the house to get revenge. They're not even doing that. That's crazy. So they pan the camera to Kenzie. Kenzie like, oh, if they come in here, they're gonna die right in Fort Lauderdale. They're gonna be unalive in Fort Lauderdale. I'm a real Florida. I'm a real Haitian B. She said she a real Haitian B. I said, Kenzie, you're Haitian? Since when? She said she a real Haitian B. And then we see Cologne. Cologne's like, it's okay. I want the boys. I want the boys. I don't even want the girls. I want the boys. Bring the boys out here so we can fight though. I want all the boys. Line them all up. We gonna fight though. That's what I want to do though. Cologne just wants to fight because like she didn't have much going on in the show. So then Abby and her friend, we see them arguing again still. She's like, why are you still here? You was flirting with Andy. Yeah, you was. They just start going back and forth. I'm like, first of all, Abby, you should have brought a friend who, one, could have helped you fight. Two, you would then argue it because you arguing with your friend that you brought onto this show. So what are you doing? It's just not making any sense to me, like, at all. So then Sidney starts getting emotional outside. She was like, I dealt all this stuff with Zeus, you know, with Natalie. Natalie Diddy would have let you back in. I told her, see you soon, sis. And she didn't even see me since. Like, it's really got me messed up. Like, y'all doing me just like Natalie. Y'all doing me just like Natalie. And then she was like, watch out. She tries to run in the house. I said, y'all, Sidney tries to run in the house past security. And I think one of the producers, and the producers are literally it easily pushed her back in. I'm like, Sidney, who do you think you was getting past that security with your big self? Let me know. Let me know. Security easily pushed her back. She was like, y'all ain't see that coming, did you? They was gonna see me today. So they push her back and they all standing there. I was just cracking up because it was just so funny. Like, it was just so funny. Holly, okay, manly butt. We see her the next day, right? Talking about how Abby's friend has to go home. But before this, Sidney does go home. Before she leaves, she shows her scar. She's like, look at this scar. This wasn't for persuasion. This was for Kenzie. Look at all these scars I have. That's how much they scarred me, right? So then she ends up going home. Her assistant recounts his own point of story, which I feel like it wasn't fair for them to send Kenzie home because, like, it's not proven that she's the one who sliced Kenzie. But it is what it is because I don't think they was going to be able to live in that house, all of them together, without all of them jumping on Sidney. So it's for Sidney's safety she went home because it wouldn't have been no baddie South fight. Like, you really would have got beat up, Sidney. So they kind of helped you out there. Okay. So Abby's friend, of course, has to go home according to Holly because she's, you know, the director and the coordinator of the show. Okay, so she decides to start getting and yelling at Abby. So Abby, you guys, was not having it. So Abby was like, "Oh, you need to go." Holly's like, "You and your friend, you know, this Holly, you and your friend need to go home. Yeah, that's fine. You need to go home with your friend and take your friend with you. She look better than you anyway, but in that room smell musky, dirty, and it smell like cigarettes. But y'all need to go home. Y'all need to go home." So she's yelling at Abby, Abby just snaps. I said, "Oh, is that Abby?" Abby was like, "You dirty mother. You guys don't even shower. When's the last time you even showered? You don't even wash your scalp. Look at your front door. It's not even washed." I said, Abby was through. I said, "Go, Abby." One thing I don't like, they be picking on Abby because they ain't got nothing else to do. And the producers, this is a prime example of a producer's cue. They probably told her, Holly, and said, "Hey, kick Abby friend out the house. She's not supposed to be here." So, you know, Holly, she's like, "Oh, let me take this. This is gonna be a good little storyline." So she went up there and did it. That's what it was given to me, to be honest. So she starts going at it with Holly. She's like, "Yeah, you mad dirty." So Holly gets mad. She runs up on Abby, starts do. You know, Abby can't really fight, so ain't not much to do but just to lay there. She so she gets her. They separate them, and then Abby friend, y'all, she very much, like I said, Abby, you should have brought in somebody else. You should have brought in somebody else. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna sue you. Let that touch me. I'm gonna sue her because my contract said I could sue. I can sue." I'm like, Abby, you should have brought in a friend that could fight, not those legal authorities and terms. Okay, so bad decision on you, Abby. So Abby starts going off. She keeps going off. She's like, "They keep messing with me since day one. I'm not playing with y'all. That's crazy. They keep picking on me since day one. I'll beat somebody up in this place. I'm so ooh." So she's just going off. She's just going off. Okay, she's going off. And we see Cologne outside instigate. She like, he's like, "I'm gonna get his hand, Holly. This what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get his hand. And then I want you to drag her up out the stairs, and I want you to beat her with the pan. And I want you to start beating her with the pan. Up down the stairs and beat her with the pan." I'm like, Cologne, take your drunk butt to bed. Like, it seemed like Cologne was like drunk at that point. But, you know, he doesn't have a storyline, so he just had to find ways to instigate. Abby kept going off, and then her friend said that the producers told her to stay in the house because it was raining. So I'm like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Producer Q. They told her to stay there so that way Holly could confront her and beat her up. Typical. And then we get to the Gucci versus Andy scene, which to me, Gucci got on my nerves so bad because it's clearly he just wanted to fight with somebody else just to show that he's strong, because he probably thought that Gucci fight, he would have looked like he lost maybe a little bit. So Andy, I guess, was drunk and was like bumped into him and say, "You tripping," or something like that. And then Gucci's like, no, like, "I'm a man. What you talking about?" He just starts swinging at Andy, bloodies Andy's mouth. Andy got his licks back, a little bit of licks back towards the second half of that fight. But him and Andy ended up being cool towards the end, and Gucci was explaining what happened. That wouldn't have been me. If you hit me or anything, I hold grudges very easily. So it's like, oh, nah. I'm not that nice. Like, no. No. Okay, like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, we're not gonna do that. Like, I hold our grudges very easily and quickly. So, no, that would have been, especially after a fight, too. So, they end up being cool or whatever. I feel like Gucci tried Andy because he thought that Andy couldn't fight or thought that Andy would hit him back. That's why he kind of stole off on him, to be honest, like that. He could have hit him a little bit lighter because the way he was hitting him, you would have thought he was in a boxing match. Like, Andy, like, stepped on his feet and said, "F your mama and your D is small and you need to be banned off of OnlyFans." Like, Jesus Lord. So they end up reenacting what happened with Holly and everything. All the girls are just looking in shock and whatever. So yeah, that's it for the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. What y'all thought about Abby going off and doing her a bill and stuff. Did you guys think Sidney deserves to go home or not? Leave your comments down below, and we are out, babies.
No personal thing.